My name is Ache, and I just want to start by saying thank you so much for tuning in. It really means a lot to me. I hope you enjoy this episode, and who knows, maybe you can relate. Happy New Year's! I hope this new year is so much better than the last, not only for you, but for everybody that you care and love. Speaking of New Year's, every time a new year comes around, I usually spend the last couple of weeks leading up to New Year's Day just reflecting on the months that had just passed. I would look through old pictures, I would read old text messages, and talk to my friends about what the heck just happened. But this year was a little different. 2023 was by far my hardest year mentally and physically. I spent pretty much the entire year reflecting on what was happening, just trying to make sense of everything while it was happening, because it was a lot to process. 2023 was supposed to be the year that tops all the previous years. I planned for it to go that way. I had trips planned, experiences planned, and in my head, I was going to have the most exciting year ever. I started off 2023 in Nigeria with my best friend and her family. I spent Christmas and New Year's over there. So obviously, I thought I was going to have the most exciting year of my life because it started off amazingly. Little did I know that it was only going to go downhill from there. 2023 was the year of tears, let me tell you. Just to give you a short summary of the very long year I had, I came back from Nigeria broke AF. I had a heart to heart with my dad where things didn't turn out the way I wanted them to at the time. My grandmother from Cuba came to Canada for what was supposed to be a year. She got extremely sick and had to go back to Cuba early and then passed away in August. Naturally, with everything going on, I saw my mom slowly lose her spark and it broke me. I also stopped talking to someone I thought I'd have by my side forever, and it affected me so badly that I felt like a part of me died. I wasn't able to go on my long anticipated trip to New York because of everything going on. I started to hate my job and I could not find a new one no matter how hard I tried. I don't know what that was all about. My mental health became so difficult to deal with, so I started going to the gym and I developed major insecurities that I didn't even know I had. My friends were all going through hard times at the same time that I was, and I felt useless, which messed me up mentally. And on top of all that, my grandmother passed away the day I went to go to the Brent Fayez concert. She passed while I was at the concert. And that concert sucked, which was also very annoying because those tickets were very expensive and I was once a huge Brent Fayez fan. So that was very annoying. But those are just the big events. So much more happened, but it is what it is. It happens. That's life. During all the chaos that happened last year, I cried pretty much every day. I don't think I've ever cried that much in my entire life up until this point, honestly. But when I tell you I could not catch a break in 2023, I mean that. Like, I really could not catch a break. All the things I mentioned before were spread out. So it felt like even when things were starting to feel okay, out of nowhere, something else would happen and I would have to just deal with something else. And it was just so much. Like, I literally felt like I couldn't breathe. All I wanted last year was a break. I just wanted life to pause for me. But I learned the hard way that that's not how life works. Life will never stop for you. Yeah. The whole year, I just felt defeated. I felt lost, confused, hopeless. I felt ugly. I felt sad. And I felt very angry, which was very uncomfortable for me because I don't like to express anger. So that was hard. And I cried a lot. But despite everything that happened now, looking back at it, I'm able to look at certain situations from a different perspective. For example, while everything was happening, one of my best friends had a baby and I became a godmother. And that's a new life that was made. That is truly a blessing. I love that kid so much. He is just the cutest thing ever. The conversation with my dad helped me see my dad as a person instead of only my father. And that was a huge life lesson for me, that people are not just the labels you give them, they are also their own individuals. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah, I also learned a lot about my family during that conversation, and it made me look at them a little differently. And it just put a lot of things into perspective and made me understand certain things that had happened when I was younger. The situation with my dad also brought me and my older sister closer. She was there with me, and we've always been pretty close, like very close actually, but the conversation just opened a new door for deeper and different types of conversations. So that was really nice. Even though the timing was terrible, I was still able to go to Grenada with one of my best friends and my cousin. And even though I had my down days, since my grandmother had literally just passed away days before I left, I still had a really nice time. You know, I felt like I was home, and it was so nice to see and experience Grenada as an adult, because the last time I was there like 15 years ago. So it was very different. But it was nice nonetheless. Even though going to the gym created so many insecurities within myself, it did teach me one very important thing. I'm capable of being disciplined. I didn't know that before. I just thought I wasn't that, yeah, I wasn't that guy. I really thought I wasn't that guy, but despite all the other feelings, I felt strong, and I feel strong now because of it, because I was able to stay disciplined and consistent throughout everything going on. So a win is a win, you know. No longer having the person I thought I'd have in my life forever, especially while grieving, was extremely difficult, because at this point I thought I was, I, I didn't think, I felt like I was grieving two people at the same time. Like, not only was it a mental battle every single day, but it took a very big toll on my body, to the point where I thought I was experiencing a heart attack one day. And I went to the hospital and everything. It was a whole experience. I was under so much stress, and I was already in such a dark place prior to this happening. But the bright side was that I was able to build myself back up. Not fully yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there every day. I learned about acceptance. I learned to sit with my emotions and to feel every single thing that I was feeling. This situation in particular opened my eyes to how codependent I was. And it also showed me how much I didn't trust myself. And these are two things I already knew about myself, but it just, I guess it just shed more light on it. And it was more of a wake-up call, if anything. And now that I'm more aware of these things, it's given me the choice to either do the work and heal, or to fall back into a cycle that was not good for me or anyone involved. And I chose me. I chose to heal, and that is beautiful. When it comes to my grandmother passing away, I'm still trying to figure that one out. I've never lost anyone that I was really close with before, so the grieving process is still very confusing to me. However, I will say it really brought me and my little sister and my mom so much closer together. like we were always very close. Like my mom is my best friend, my sister is my best friend. We are a unit. But we were all living the same sorry. But we were all living the same nightmare at the same time, and all we had was each other. And that really brought us all so much closer because we needed each other to lean on. All these things gave me a lot of time to look within. And I discovered so many flaws about myself. I'm not as great a person as I thought I was, but this self-awareness I have now has allowed me to open a door for betterment and self-improvement. I want to be a great friend, a great daughter, a great big sister, and a great little sister, a great cousin, and eventually one day a great girlfriend. And all in all, I just want to be a good person to the best of my abilities without screwing myself over, you know? As corny as it may sound, all the tears that I've cried in 2023 watered the garden that is about to bloom and flourish for the years to come. I promise you. Don't get me wrong. You know, I still hurt. I still feel sad some days. I still feel alone sometimes. And I still feel useless when I see my loved ones, especially my mom, hurting. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I wish that I can change things so that I never have to see them hurt again. But all I can do is pray and have faith that things will get better for us. You know the saying, God's strongest soldier? The old me would have said, I don't want to be that, okay? I'm done. I don't want to be the strongest person. I don't want to be the strongest soldier. I don't want to be the strongest nothing, okay? I'm tired of being strong. But now, I'm proud to be that. I'm proud to be strong. I'm proud that I was able to push and pull through hardships because now I can keep going with everything that I've learned and I can be more prepared for certain situations in the future because life is gonna life, you know. People are gonna do things, people are gonna hurt you, bad things are gonna happen, and it's just life. It is the cycle, it's the balance of it all. I'm also not scared anymore. You know, what's meant to happen will happen, and what's not meant to happen won't. And that's okay. I feel like I'm falling in love with myself a little bit. I'm seeing, you know, the beauty that comes after the storm. And let me tell you, it's beautiful. I'm beautiful. Sorry, that was so corny. What did Drake say? The dirt that they threw on my name turned to soil and I grew about it. In this case, they is all the shit that happened to me. I love the person that I'm growing into, and even though things are going to keep happening, like I said, and life is going to keep lifing, my mindset on experiences, positive and negative, have changed so much. And I just trust in God so much more, and I can get through anything because the foundation of who I am and who I'm supposed to be is set and it's strong. Some days are going to be hard. Some days are going to be easy. Some seasons are going to feel long and other seasons are going to feel like they need to be longer. But just a word of advice. Life will not stop for you. You need to take the time to learn how to navigate through difficult situations because they're going to happen. You need to learn how to regulate and express your emotions in a healthy way so that your mind doesn't take over in hard situations. You need to find community that will help you bring you up when you need it. Find things that you love, practice gratitude, and take care of what or who you love. You need to invest time in yourself, learn about yourself, and change the things that you want to change. Improve on the things you want to improve, and work on being the best version of yourself, for yourself, in this season that you're in. People sometimes think that once you heal something about yourself, you won't hurt anymore, ever again, when that couldn't be further from the truth. Different seasons of your life will bring out different traumas and lessons, and that includes old traumas and old lessons. And all you could do to help yourself is to keep working on you, because healing never ends. You just get better at being better. So enjoy the process, okay? Take your time and be grateful for everything, big and small. Be grateful for everything, okay? I hope I don't cry as much this year, but if I do, I hope it grows and heals and strengthens my beautiful garden, aka my future self. But yeah, before I end this episode, I did want to talk about this idea I had. I posted a poll on Instagram maybe like last week, where I had asked if it would be cool to have a Sunday discovery, like a Sunday song to discover type of segment at the end of every episode. And 100% of voters said that would be a cool idea. So I want to incorporate that. So I have created a Google form where any and all artists can fill it out. I'll look through it and I'll have their song or your song on the episode. And we can start to discover new music, because life is a movie and every movie needs a great soundtrack. Am I right? Yeah. That's going to be really exciting to add a little music segment. And then maybe, I'm thinking too far. Thank you so much once again for tuning in to my very first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. And if you didn't, that's totally okay. It may not be for everybody, but if you did enjoy it, I hope you continue to tune in every other Sunday and just join the journey, get involved. And again, I do want to hear what you have to say, and I want to hear about your experiences. So don't forget to check my bio for all the places where you can find me. And let's talk. Let's chat. Let's share our experiences and create that safe environment that I really want to create, not only for myself, but for you. I can't wait to hear from you guys, honestly. That's exciting. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one.